Everyone, I'm Valerie Goodwin. I am a current PR student here at Eastern Michigan University, and today I'm going to be interviewing one of our PR alum, Cody Martell. We're going to talk about what he's been doing with his PR degree since graduating from Eastern. So Cody, would you like to introduce yourself a little bit?
Yes, thanks for having me. My name is Cody Martell. I am currently the creative manager at Reset Marketing.
All right.
That's the simple description.
So when did you graduate from Eastern?
It would have been winter 2019, so not all that long ago. I think that'd be just over 2 years now.
Okay. And you graduated with a PR degree, correct?
Yes, I actually originally went to school for psychology, and then I got really into photography when I realized that I don't like psychology all that much. And then I realized to do content marketing, you need to know what you're talking about, not just know how to make stuff. So then I realized going through the PR program would give me like the know-how to actually apply skills, not just know how to take pictures. So then I went back to there.
Perfect. All right. So to start, we're going to talk about finding work after graduation. So were you able to find a job after graduation, or did you decide to take a different route?
I took a different route. 'Cause I did work with the Eastern's marketing department as like a student worker. And that was a really good opportunity just to network and get to know like local businesses and other organizations, because there's a lot of businesses that just know the school. So if you're working in an event, you're probably going to meet a handful of people and you can just pass out cards. So by the time I graduated, I had a decent pool of freelance clients that I kept working for. So I was content actually just not finding a normal full-time job. I wanted to just keep doing freelance. And I did that I think I only continued doing that for about 5 months, maybe 6 months. And then my current job found out about me through a mutual connection, I guess. So then they offered me my current job.
So what was it like to be a freelancer? Did you have trouble finding your clients since you were so new out of college? Or I know you said you had a lot of connections because of just being at Eastern and working with people.
It was still difficult, but it was hard because you had to apply yourself to every possible conversation you could think of. I would message people on LinkedIn, just letting them know like, hey, I'm available for these kind of services. I'd love to like meet for coffee and we could talk about projects you might want to work on. And most of the time people would say no. It's not like everyone's trying to throw money away. I guess throw away is not the right way to describe it, but everyone's not constantly trying to hire people. So it can be discouraging to try to like pitch yourself or pitch a project idea and people just don't go for it. But by having so many connections and still trying to reach out constantly to just find people that are in need of work or people that I've already done some work with, I could say, hey, I have an idea because I already know your brand. I have a really good idea for something that would actually benefit you. So it's challenging, but as long as you're just persistent and you don't give up after the second no, you will find work. There's a lot of small businesses, or even like bigger than small businesses in really the Midwest, but like the Southeast Michigan area in general, that they understand that there's a need for content marketing, but they don't understand how to get it or what it really costs. So if you're the only person showing up with a real plan that says like, you can reach your audience with this tactic and I can do it, eventually someone's going to say, yeah, that's a killer deal. You're hired.
All right. So you mentioned that you have a job now. So what is the title of your job now? And when did you start at this job?
So I think I started as just a content creator, but then after 2 months, became the creative manager. But it's at Reset Group, or I guess Reset Marketing technically is like the subcategory, but Reset Group is the parent company. And Reset Group operates, I think, 6 or 7. Hold on, we keep adding new brands, so I'm kind of losing track. But we have Conwed, Tono, Living Space, Porch Pros, Porch Conversions, Clearly. Okay, so we're currently at 6, and I think there's going to be a 7th in about a year. So what the marketing group does is essentially treat the companies the sub companies that the parent company owns as our clients. So I essentially have 6 really big clients that I'm constantly making work for. So like a typical day would be, typical day is I get in early so I can read all my emails and be caught up before everyone else shows up. I like to start really early, but I understand not everyone likes to get up at like 5 a.m. But basically the brand managers for each individual company, they know their market, they know their audience, they know their brand the best. So they want to come up with plans to basically make more sales or get more connected to dealers or whatever their real goal is to drive profits. So when they have a rough idea, they can come to me and say, I want to do this. And then knowing the people that I have on my staff and what we're capable of and what kind of stuff we're already doing, or what we've heard about in the field that we can go get, then I can say, here's a content plan. We could go interview this person. We could write this email. We could get a hold of that person and do an interview. We could do this photo shoot, whatever, and then make a cohesive plan that not only is like makes sense from a content perspective, like can we do it? But with a PR degree, I can say this makes sense to do those things to help your image rather than just making stuff. Because you can, it's not bad to have a consistent like social presence and just keep putting content out there. But if it's very intentional about what you're doing and who you're doing it for, that's where a PR degree makes content actually work.
All right.
I think I started to change topics halfway through that, but
No,
that's
you're
what a
good.
normal day is. Come up with a plan and then just try to make it happen.
All right, awesome. So do you have any tips for like newly graduated students who are looking to find a job in the PR field?
Having your own brand, it's like a simple way to put it, is a really good starting point. It's cool if you like have a resume and you can hand it out. A LinkedIn profile is a pretty easy way to start, but if you can just make yourself a website with a business card that matches the look and feel of that thing, and maybe your Instagram also has like a pretty professional look to it, you come across as someone who's really put together and you understand the market. Because if your Instagram is just full of pictures of you like at parties or hanging out with friends, like that's not a bad thing, but it's not showing anything valuable to that person. But if your Instagram looks like it's put together and you're trying to get work out of it, and your business card matches your website, and your LinkedIn profile is really clean, and your resume makes sense for that kind of job that you're going to get, that's probably the best way you can like come out of school. On top of obviously just like making connections and stuff. So I think Eastern's PR program was great for not only giving you like good courses, but actual work to go do. Like I know the later courses in the program, part of graduating is actually doing work, not just writing a paper. Like there's a group that I did work for that's the We the People Opportunity Farm, that like I did one project with them through the school. Like I heard about them and then I had to go find a group that I could do some social media work for. So I got in touch with them again and went from there. And then I kept doing some work for them after school. So having a really put together image that's cohesive and professional, combined with leveraging the work you get out of the program, makes you look like someone that already has years of experience, rather than someone who just got a degree and they don't know what they're doing.
All right. So last off, is there anything that like you've done with your job, either currently now or as a freelancer, that you're particularly proud of that you want to touch on or talk about?
Well, I'm gonna plug Ann Arbor Distilling Company, or A2DC, I guess. I did a project with them right after graduating as a freelancer. I did the commercial and promo work for their Fox River whiskey. So if you want to go on YouTube real quick and find that, that was a really fun project to work on because they were still, I mean, I guess they are still new, but at the time they were a very new distillery. So it was a combination of like, they have a cool product and, you know, they're figuring out their brand identity. How are we going to make those two things work together, even though they're both fresh? So that was a fun project just to get to know those people. And just learn about an entirely different market. I've never done anything in like the professional alcohol world. So it was fun to learn about those things and then stay in touch with those people. And then my current job, a company that we just launched, is called Tono, shoptono.com, check it out. But it's like if like a Twitch streamer or a podcaster or professional audio mixer, like you need acoustic panels, but one of our other companies that we operate, Conwed, does like professional acoustic engineering and panel manufacturing for those kinds of things, but like in a gigantic auditorium. So it was a fun goal to see that like we have the technical expertise as a company to make a smaller product, but no one else is making it like kind of cool looking and just like accessible and designer friendly. Most acoustic panels are just like foam or like, you know, black panels. Like they're not fun. So it was a really cool project to come up with like an entirely new brand identity for an entirely new audience, but using technically a product that we already have. So it was like, how could we essentially reinvent the wheel of this company to make this company? That was very fun. We just launched it, I think like 2 weeks ago. So like, we haven't even had a sale yet because we're still refining like the actual like UX to get someone to the end of the funnel. But it was really cool to like reach out to local businesses so that I could do a photo shoot in a restaurant, because we technically need pictures of that happening, but we haven't sold anything yet. So it was just a really big, complicated project. But at the same time, we're coming up with like an entirely new brand identity. And I find a lot of gratification in helping make one rather than just refine it.
All right, awesome. So my final question for you is, do you have any final bits of wisdom or advice to any current students or graduating students in the program? Anything that you've learned from your time in the program or as a PR professional?
I think the recurring theme for me, at least, that I can say worked is have confidence in yourself in everything that you do. If you're reaching out to try to get a new client for a freelance thing or a full-time job, don't think of it as like, oh, I just graduated, like, can you hire me? Like, no, you know what you're doing. You just went through the whole program. You've done work at this point. You can do it. So don't be weak about it. Like, just, you went to a good school. You just graduated. You're smart. You're clearly smart if you made it this far. Be confident about it. And don't ever doubt yourself in that, you have this degree, stay in this lane. I didn't go to school for photography or videography, but I'm doing it every day because I went on YouTube every night for like 3 years and just kept trying to like learn and practice things. Just keep learning new skills, mix it into your current career, be confident about it, and sky's the limit.
All right, I love that. Well, thank you so much for being here, Cody. And if any of you are interested in connecting with Cody, his socials and LinkedIn will be down below. And thank you once again. Have a wonderful day, everybody.
Yes, send me your resumes. We always need more people, please.
Absolutely. Send your resumes to him.
Thanks.
Have a good one, guys.
Take care.
Interested in doing an interview like this? DM us with your email address for more information.